The Three Planks Podcast.
This is the jingle. We should sing it.
It looks like an American family portrait.
Three Planks Podcast.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kieran.
I'm Saf.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kieran.
I'm Saf.
And you can join us on the Three Planks Podcast.
Three Planks Podcast.
Quick question, Alex. Have you any questions?
Got lots of questions.
Loads of questions.
Questions about life.
Is today's podcast about
Q&A.
questions? A Q&A?
It's about questions.
Is it?
And I should point out, if you can still hear the noise, it's our man outside who is cutting up a Volvo, which
The
I've never
Volvo
seen
man.
before. And when I say he's cutting it up, as you can see in the picture, he's cutting it straight down the middle.
Yeah.
So the idea that someone would do that in the first place, let alone on the day that we're recording this and right outside my door. Well, there you go.
Do you think it was a Mr. Bean moment? He just went to fix like a little dent.
I don't know what he's
He's
done,
doing
but
the
he
dent
is
on the
literally, he's
inside.
cut the front of it off and now he's cutting the whole thing in half.
It's nuts.
There you go.
Is that just a Colwyn Bay thing?
Yeah, everyone does that. Don't you do
Yeah.
that? That happened in Cheshire
Yeah.
and Bradford.
Chop your own carrot.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
So, question day today. Going to fire a
Okay.
few questions out and just listen to
Okay.
each other's answers and find out, well, how different we all are.
Can we relate these to any of our listeners? Can we get our listeners to?
Well,
answer
yeah,
some
I'd
of
love
these?
to. I'd love some
Yeah.
of their questions, or I'd love some of their answers as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
We'll
Yeah.
definitely go
Can
through
you
them.
relate to us?
Love a bit of
Yeah.
interaction.
Yeah,
Aye,
exactly.
Every day's a school day, and you never stop learning. If we are stuck on anything, or if they've got a better idea than what we come up with, then fire it in.
Yeah, but don't ever tell Saf he's stuck on anything because he'll be like, no, I'm not stuck on anything. I can do everything.
I wasn't
I
stuck.
can do everything.
I
Look
wasn't
for a
stuck. I just
different
didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So we'll start simple.
Yeah.
I don't even have to ask Kieran this one.
What is it? Oh.
What's your favourite
What's
wood,
your
Kieran?
favourite wood, Kieran? Oh.
Has to be American black walnut. I know. It definitely has to be American black walnut. But I do use a lot of other woods, but it's always my go-to,
Yeah.
back to is American black walnut. And I guess it's because I've used it enough. I've used it a lot. I know how it works. I know the how it. Yeah, I just know all it. Yeah, I just know a lot about it because I use it a lot. But
Yeah.
I do, as I said, I'm having a bit of a love affair at the moment with some maple, which I love. I know I mentioned
Rippled
this in
maple
a,
is just
another
unbelievable.
podcast, but
What's
Yeah.
the word you used for it again?
maple.
Chatoyance?
Oh, the chatoyancy when
Chatoyancy.
yeah, the chatoyancy on the rippled maple when it's sanded up really well.
That's a word I'll never remember. I'm going to write it down.
Chatoyance.
Yeah, go on, try spell it.
what was the other word you used to come out with that I could never remember?
The medullary rays.
No.
Chatoyance.
Oh, that's another one, actually. I'll have to write this down later. There's too much to do now. The when you shoshiban. Is that it?
Shoshugiban.
Yeah.
Shoshugiban.
When you burn it,
Yeah.
char it.
Shoshugiban.
Weatherproof
Yeah,
it
yeah.
all.
All right. What's your Saf?
I think my go-to is oak because it's quite readily available. A lot of people like it. A lot of people can know what the finish is going to be like, and it's very versatile. It's a very strong timber.
Do you find that oak is now the mahogany of our era?
Definitely. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Recently, it is. I mean,
Yeah.
the recently past couple of years, I've been using a lot of oak.
Yeah, but
Sorry, my wife.
yeah, because
But it also depends what type of oak. If you're getting sort of that dull white American oak,
yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
quite
the
bland. Yeah.
worst.
it's
Isn't it?
very
That's the-
different to an English or a Welsh oak.
Yeah, or European. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a bit of French oak, some wild grain on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Did we use a bit on the show, the French oak? I think it was Robin actually.
Right.
Used
Yeah.
some
I
French
seem
oak.
to
It was
remember that.
really difficult to, and I just got a hold of some, and I just thought, yeah, I can't use this in anything.
See,
But-
this is the difference with you two. You talk about wood from two angles: what it looks like and
How it finishes.
how it works.
Yeah.
How you can work it, because it's quite a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas for me, it's just all about what it looks like, because I don't have to do hours and hours and hours of
What's
machining.
your favourite wood?
Burrell.
Burr
Yes.
elm. That's
Yeah,
very
It's
nice.
just gorgeous.
I guess
I
actually,
made my
It's,
coffee table at home and it's burr elm, but it does need a repolish because it's probably 10 years since I've done it, and the grain has bleached out from sun damage through the.
Nice.
I guess my go-to is American black walnut, and it's lovely to work with, and I always use it.
But is that
But
because
actually-
of the job you do with the
Yeah, a lot of
spindle
the-
boxes? Do
yeah.
they expect
They
American
do,
black walnut?
yes, because of the classiness of,
Yeah.
of it. Like, I made a dining table a couple of months back out of burr elm, and oh my god, it was sensational.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, we put a bit of resin in it to do some cracks and everything, and I joined the two pieces with resin, not as in a river table, but I joined them with resin, black resin, and I just love it. Like, I always remember when I was back at uni and I did my degree in furniture, like, it was the beautiful wood to use, but it's quite rare, isn't it, to get a lot of it and good bits of it, and without
I've seen slabs now advertised for like 800 quid.
oh mate,
Oh,
I
yeah.
spend
Yeah.
I spend I think £1,400 on each slab for this table. Like, the tabletop alone costs nearly £3,000. It's because it's so unique, it's so beautiful, and it's different.
Whereas
And I
I
think-
bought a guy who was shutting his business, and I had, I think, 3 or 4 slabs of burr elm off him, plus a van packed full of slabs and timber for 400 quid back in the day.
Mad. People are realizing the expense of wood and how good it is.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, going to the oak, like, I'll get people who'll get me to make a box out of walnut, or it'll be oak, and the reason why it's oak is because they know what oak is like. Even I've been you know about this watch box I've been making, so I have another box run of boxes to make for him, and he said, can we make them out of he said, what can we make them out of? I said, well, because of what you want it to look like, we can make it out of pine, because it's a miniature version of a ammo case, which in the in the day they would have been made out of yellow pine or something like that. So I said, we can make them out of pine, pallet wood, and I made him up a rough mock-up, and then he was like, maybe if we go for something a bit classier, and I said, well, we could do some ash, because it has a piney hue to it and a bit of grain similar to it. I said, but if you want something a little bit more, then you go oak. He said, oh yeah, let's go oak. Yeah, definitely oak. I said, why is that? He goes, I don't know, oak has this classiness about it, because everybody associates it to being a really premium wood, hard wood, and it is a good wood.
Isn't it? A lot of people use it, and it's budget friendly as well.
And it's massively durable. If it's made right, it will last forever.
Absolutely,
Definitely,
and that's the thing.
Yeah.
That is the thing. But as I said, is it when like in 100 years' time, is it going to be the mahogany? Like, the oak table I've made for people, will they go, oh, I can't really get rid of this now because no one wants it, because they all like, I don't know, yellow wood furniture.
Things like
Do you know
oak
what I mean?
furniture land won't help that. But at the same time, it might not always just be about the type of timber. It's more the colour of timber. Because you go through phases where people want things dark, they want things light, they want things medium.
Yes, yeah.
Isn't there like a cycle for furniture? It's like, is it 15 years? Everything comes back in fashion?
Yeah, it's like
15,
anything. It's
20
like
years.
clothes. That's why I stick with the same things.
Just stay the same
wait.
clothes.
You wait. In my lifetime, this will be fashionable 3 times.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you tell us your wood?
Burrell.
Oh,
Burr
yes,
elm.
sorry, burr elm. Yeah, and then I went off on
Thanks
one
for
about
listening.
your burr elm. No, I just got a little bit excited about my burr elm job.
What hand tool do you use the most? Keep it clean.
Hand tool.
Hand tools.
I would probably use I've got so many old Sorby chisels which I use, but my Stanley 5.5 jack plane would be something that I use an awful lot. Or my number 4 spoon plane, both Stanleys. My number 4 I got from my granddad years ago.
Yeah.
Many years ago, which I always keep sharp, and I have this. I'm not like, one of my biggest things, because I teach, and you guys know I teach. One of my biggest things is all about old tools, secondhand tools. You don't need to go out and buy like mega money, spend mega money on buying really fancy brand name tools. Do you know what I mean? I think if you look after them, yeah, definitely you can.
It's
can
all about
work
the
with
blade,
them.
and it's sometimes the older blades.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I got a set of barcode chisels, good chisels,
Yeah.
great steel.
Yeah.
But I picked up a second-hand box of Marple's chisels, and the steel on them is incredible. It takes me 3 times longer to sharpen them than it does the Barker ones.
Yeah.
Just because it's so hard, but when they're sharp.
But when both of them are sharp, they both work the same way.
Yeah.
They both still do the same job.
Yeah, I just
It's just
feel
that they dull
like
quicker,
they
that's what
last a bit
sometimes. Yeah.
longer.
Which the,
Sharpen them
the
less.
marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
would
the
I-
hardest steel, isn't it?
I don't.
They're an old set. I mean, they're like from the 70s.
Okay.
They're up there if you want to see them.
Are they firmer or beveled edge or mortise?
I'll show you.
Let me see.
Basically means he doesn't know the difference.
They are a beveled edge.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Lovely.
Yeah.
You
They
know,
are
that,
stunning.
someone gave me them. They just dropped, someone dropped them in and gave them to me just because they were never going to get
Beautiful
used.
rosewood handle as well.
But they were
stunning,
rusty
aren't
as
they?
hell. I completely cleaned them up, ground them, sharpened them, but they took some sharpening.
Yeah, you could have done with sharpening better, like, but
Yeah,
like, we'll
well,
let you do it.
They've had some use.
Nice.
No, they are stunning. No, they are stunning. I think you might have left the burr on that one. Just a little bit. It literally looks like your man from the Muppets.
That's Wirewall. That's because the place is.
Came out with the yellow head,
I know. You mean.
doesn't it? Can you see that? Can you see that, camera? Can you see that? Yeah, looks like him. Or is that just pubic hair?
It's just
You mean shaving?
off your beard. It's off your beard.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So would they be your favourite tool then?
My favorite.
Oh, sorry, is that what we're
I
asking?
like-
Is that the question?
I think we
most
drifted a little
used.
bit.
Oh, most used tool. Sorry, yeah. Okay,
But
most
yeah,
used tool.
all
my
my
plan.
chisels are pretty much what I use the most.
Yeah.
I think mine's the
For screwdrivers. Is that what
Yeah.
you mean? Yeah.
And opening paintings.
Oh, yeah.
This is no story about that, but I think mine's I've got a little Lee Nielsen little plane
Yeah.
Fancy.
just for literally.
Drop that name in there. Yeah.
I know you were talking about you don't have a fancy tool, but that is a fancy tool. However, it's
yourself.
all brass. It's all made out of brass. But it's just good for taking little corners off. And just keeping my apron all the time. I always wear an apron, and that's kind of handy. And it's surprising how many times I use it. And when I don't have it, I'm always looking for it because I know I'll use it.
Saf goes out, buys this really expensive Lee Nielsen plane, and he keeps it in his pocket, and then he's like, "Oh, where's my pencil sharpener? Oh no, I've got a Lee." So he's always so that's it. It's like a fancy pencil sharpener.
No, it's not a pencil sharpener. No, I won't use it. It is for timbers. It is for anything. It's actually really good for when you take stuff off the CNC. So like a veneered board on, oak veneered MDF, and you come out with like really fine bits on the end, and those are a bugger of a splinter if you get them in your fingers. So that just quickly knocks off, and it's just super sharp, super quick. It doesn't leave too much of a bevel, but I find I use it a lot, and when it's not there, I miss it. I always use it. I do miss it. Actually, I brought it with me now. Not much. That's my
the next one.
Use anyway.
Right. Favorite hand tool. That was most used.
Was that? I'm sure you said that was.
No.
That was a favourite hand tool you asked us.
Oh, did I? What's your most used then, and then we'll go back to our
No.
friends.
That was most used.
Was it the most?
Yeah, most used
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
Favourite hand tool would have to be my Ashley Isles chisels.
Okay.
I actually went to the factory where they make them and forge them, and they've got the.
You're like, you may know me from the television.
You may know me. No,
Have you
actually,
not seen me before?
No, I went.
get
I
a
went with a
discount?
friend of mine who's a wood carver.
How big a discount did you get? Come on, spit it out.
I'll come to that. So basically, he showed us how he forges them out, how he polishes them up and gets them all cut and ground, and it's a fantastic process. And I was just awe inspired. And he makes any size chisel, any carving kind of chisel. He puts the right handle on for you. He balances it all for you. But he uses the old steel, which has got a lot of carbon in it, and he's still got the old stock. So you can request the old steel, which charge a little bit more for.
Yeah.
But then you get a really, really nice, bit like your chisels now.
Yeah.
It's the old steel, which has got a lot of carbon in it, which sharpens up beautifully, lasts a long time.
Yeah.
And those set of chisels are like another baby of mine. They hung up on the wall. They don't come out on the TV show or nothing like that.
They don't get used
They don't get used as much.
No.
But they're there.
until the painting needs opening.
Hey,
Till the paint tin.
Until the paint tin. Yeah, well, the story after that was one of my apprentices decided to open a tub of filler with my little Ashley house chisel and just nick the corner. He no longer works for us. I'm joking. No, we had to. So actually, that came out to be quite a nice little learning curve because we reground it, sharpened up again, and basically never ever touch soft chisels again.
There is something nice though, like when you've got a really damaged tool, and actually now this leads me on to about me.
Okay.
So let's not talk about you anymore. Leads me on to my favorite tool, isn't it? Not because the last one was used tool. Favorite tool is an old 8mm firmer chisel. And the beautiful thing about it is going back to what you were saying about sharpening the chisel. I love getting second-hand tools from car boot sales and doing them up. And then as soon as you, because you spend so much time doing them up, and then you're kind of like, I just want to use this, I want to use this. But as I was doing it up, and I just found the inscription date on it, which was 1912. So that had printed onto it. So this chisel that I now own and I still use, and it isn't something that hangs up there on the wall. Yeah. It does get used. That it was made back in 1912. So that's over 100 years old, that chisel. And it's just something beautiful about that the fact that it's been handed down through different cabinet makers, different woodworkers who've used it on so many different projects, and then to get to use it. And like you said about sharpening the chisel, you get this kind of lovely ownership over, I think. Well, it must be like what you do with restoring things, isn't it?
A lot of people send me tools just because they see me on the box using traditional tools.
Yeah.
And, maybe it's their granddad or their dad's passed away and they don't know what to do with them, and they just send me boxes of them. That's where I end up with all the planers and chisels and all sorts.
You got some beautiful
I do use them.
A lot. You've got some nice moulding planes there.
But I do use them as well.
Yeah.
But you get a finish with a moulding plane which would never be good enough for, your fine modern architectural stuff that you do. It does give you slight imperfections, which works brilliant.
Which adds to the charm.
Yeah, which works brilliant on a handmade piece of furniture or something you're replicating for an antique that's got to match an antique, but it doesn't give you that. I mean, it's a very sharp line, but it's not quite spindle moulder sharp,
What's your favourite tool then?
Either the bigger planer or paring chisel. I do like using that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's a Sorby. That is a Sorby. It's a handle. It's like
But it needs sharpening. But it's
paring
just
chisel.
So much control on one of them when you've got to trim something.
Yeah,
far into a leaf or something.
It's more like a framing chisel, isn't it? Big framing one.
Yeah.
But
beautiful. It's nice.
Love that. And I've got the thinner one as well and like a medium one. I did have one, which was someone had donated to me, which I used to love, but I lost it on a job. Don't know if someone swiped it or what, but it disappeared. I was
In other news, I've got another chisel for sale. I found it for job somewhere.
Check your pockets on the way out.
You do go into panic stations when you lose like something that's a gem to you.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying with my little plane as well.
Yeah.
I tend to look for it
if it's not around.
What's your least favourite?
Least favourite tool? Ooh, what's that? That's a bloody screwdriver
that just appeared from nowhere.
It's a big screwdriver.
That's a snooker table screwdriver.
Wow, that's genius. Do you know what I did last time I seen something like that is when somebody turned something like that into a parting tool for the lathe. Because like they've got a handle on it and everything. You could grind it down.
But because like my workbench is an old snooker table.
Yeah.
And that people often give me a call and ask me to go and shift them.
Yeah.
Because they're awkward things to use. Si, who's manning the computer, we had to go and take one apart once in a town called Melodon, and we had to carry the slates were unusually thick. I mean, usually the slates on a snooker table are about 1.25 inches. This one we moved on to was 1.5 inches, and they were serious slabs of slate. And we set off out the house trying to get it to the van, but halfway along the way we started laughing just at the desperate situation we were in. And to the point where we couldn't go forward or backwards, couldn't laugh, couldn't do
look at the side.
Literally wetting yourselves.
Like, but it's like, don't look at me. It's like,
Hold on now. Like, to be fair, you're very tall and Si's very short. Does that mean he was holding all the weight?
I probably did I probably did a squat.
Well,
You know what my glutes are like.
Well, he's got a good upper body, so he has. He's got the strength up top.
So yeah. Least favorite tool?
Is that a
Least
question?
fa-
That's not.
is
That
that-
shouldn't be a question.
That is a favorite. I've got a least favorite tool.
That you'd have to use for a job? Is that what you mean?
Well, for me, it's the Stanley knife. It's
Stanley
so
knife?
bloody dangerous. I've cut myself more on a Stanley knife, quite seriously. I do a lot of veneer patching,
Yeah.
and it's bloody lethal.
It can be,
But then you just got to use the Stanley ruler, not as in the brand Stanley, but you got like the rulers that have a high top that stop. You probably just use your hand, do you, and just cut across it.
Yeah, I just sort of freestyle it.
Yeah,
but it's
absolutely.
like not that. It's okay trimming a piece of veneer on the work table, but attaching it to the front of a large chest of drawers or something when you got to
Oh, well, you've got a
prepare
free
the
hand.
space.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
But yeah, the amount I've probably ended up in hospital more times on the Stanley knife than any other tool.
I've got a story for something like that, but that'll be another day.
Okay, that might be a
Yeah.
question.
That might be a question.
So you've got nothing you don't like using.
There is a tool that I don't like using because it's unpredictable, but I think it's just more adjustment than anything else. But I don't think it's a tool; it's more of a machinery.
What was it?
Would that count?
Yeah,
A machine?
yeah.
Have you? That's not one of your
It doesn't
questions.
have to be hand tool.
All right. Well, I'd probably say my bandsaw, but I don't know if it needs adjustment.
Sounds like it must. I don't
Yeah,
find
it
hand
sounds
saws
like
unsafe.
Bandsaw.
It's a big. I think I've just failed with it so much. I've just gotten fed up with it. I just feel like I need to buy another one anyway. But it's just, it's just been there, and I'm always fighting it, and I'm always dreading to use a bandsaw
Oh my god.
because I need. I mean, it's not a.
Do you know what? Though?
Small
I've
one.
got a big 14-inch bandsaw there, and I've also got a little cheap one that I bought off the internet, a Titan, I think it is.
Yeah, but they last the longest. I've got
my
a little
God.
Westminster one.
It's unbelievable.
brilliant.
What it will cut is incredible. It will cut as easy as the 14-inch one.
Wow.
Finer work, and it's bomb straight. It's a hell of a thing.
Well, this is the Woodworking one, and it just for some reason it doesn't play ball. I just dread.
Well, if it's a Woodworking, it'll be an old machine, so you do need to probably get the wheels
yeah, well,
realigned.
I've had a guy out a couple of times
new
just to
leathered.
realign it, reset it all,
You need to
jig
get
it
James
all.
up there.
It's I know my dad's had a go at it, and it's just not. But I daren't get rid of it because I know it's something simple.
Yeah, and Wadkin
bugging
are
me.
great. They're as good as it
Unbelievable.
gets.
It's a
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
That's exactly. It's a great machine.
Big cast iron machine, is it?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
I daren't
Funny
get rid
talking about unsafe. I used to buy my the timber yard shut now from this guy at Andy on College Farm, and he had a lad working for him, Angus, who was his cousin or nephew or something. And he used to use the spindle moulder, an old school Watkins spindle moulder. And when he used it, he had never put any protection on his hands or face or ears or anything. But he'd put an oak plank down the front of his trousers.
Oh,
in case
okay.
someone come and got his balls. It's like, I think you need to rethink the safety wear here, Angus.
I love that.
So nothing you don't like using?
Not
The old romantic.
No.
Fair enough.
No. I'm not. I guess no.
So Mr. Perfect.
That's
here.
no. I'm not saying.
I think you just. I think
You
you've.
don't have to-
I
you
don't
don't
know
have
if
to
you've,
not
maybe
like
you've
it.
adapted to any
Yeah.
inconsistencies in your tools. Maybe
Yeah. Just kind of. I guess the only thing that
you work
I
with
would-
it rather than you fight against it.
I think the only thing, if you haven't mentioned machine wise, and I know you mentioned machine there, would be a router. And it's not that I'm ever afraid of it because I can use it really well. It's just, it's one of those things that makes, if you make a mistake, you make a mistake very quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
very
like when you go
badly.
into end grain and it just rips the whole side out. something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
well,
or it
again,
it can be running with the grain, catch it and like peel a piece off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd go the opposite way.
Yeah.
That it's. But it's all about the wood really, and you just have to go.
I'll be
different-
lazy a lot of the time and use the palm router when I should be using the bigger router.
Yeah.
Because the speed on it cuts a much nicer speed and it's actually more accurate for the big one, but mine works on a transformer. I've got to drag the transformer out, get it out, all the spanners
Yes.
out. Whereas the
Yeah,
palm
yeah, yeah.
router is just like click and go.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So good though to use,
Oh, amazing.
like for so many little jobs, the palm router,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Oh yeah, I've got 3 of them. They're all set up for different things.
Yeah.
Perfect, ready to go.
Favorite finish?
Favorite finish.
What's yours?
French polishing.
Oh, of
Obviously.
course, it's French polishing. So I did a bit of French polishing in the past, and I have done it, and I've really enjoyed it. But I went and bought the shellac and the alcohol and mixed it up and everything. Is that how you would use it, or do you use it out of a bottle?
I've got bags of the crystals and stuff, but I just
Yeah.
buy it in the bowl. For what it costs in French polish per job,
Yeah.
it's not worth the faff. And this is a dusty place as well.
Yeah.
So by the time I've mixed it up and tried to keep it clean and stop getting any,
Yeah, I want to say there's a lot of prep
impurities in
work,
it.
isn't there? So,
But there is something
one
nice.
one small bottle of French polish, will do a wardrobe.
Yeah.
And it costs a tenner.
yeah.
But they say that bottle stuff can go off.
Well, you just add some meths.
Okay.
It may get hard, and it's because I have a French polish pot which I do, applying it with a brush. Come in the next day and it's gone hard. You put some meths in it and it's back to.
But then again, it's only a 10, isn't it?
Yeah,
kind of-
yeah.
But it is
Add
one
it
of
to
those
the-
finishes where
It's the French polish,
consistency
yeah.
is
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
it's even just a fraction over too runny or too thick, it's a terrible
Yeah.
finish. It's got to be absolutely spot on. But that's just from
The only time I did that
experience.
was in college.
French
Never again.
polishing.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
got taught it, and that's why.
Yeah.
It
I got-
takes years to.
To
Like,
master.
to master. I got taught it, but then I did use it a lot in my smaller boxes at the early days, using like my pumice powder and my sheep's wool in the
Yeah.
in the lint-free cloth, and it's really
Proper traditional.
absolutely, but it's really like it's a lovely thing to do, but you've got to have a lot of time to do
Yeah,
it.
it's
And
so
when-
time-
There's a
consuming.
knack to it.
yeah,
Once you've got that knack, it doesn't take as long as you think.
yeah.
But if you haven't got the knack, it takes forever, and it just costly mistakes.
French polish. Okay, what's yours then?
I'm going to be really boring and say mine's a spray finish because mine's
Okay.
are
Like
more
spray
commercial.
Yeah.
So spray lacquer, like a pre-cap.
Well, I think with a modern piece of furniture, it works.
It just I
Yeah.
just need it to be done quickly
Yeah.
and with a really high durability.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays you can get some stuff that you can use at home.
Do you spray yourself or do you take?
Yeah,
to a
well,
spray?
that's it. So I've made some spray rack. I'm going to make them actually upstairs. I've got 2 floors. Upstairs is going to be like a miniature spray room,
Yeah.
just so I can control the finish and the quality and the speed actually sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I normally send it out. I've got a friend who does all the spraying for us. But I thought I'd give it a go, and we've got the machinery. We're going to set up a little space and just get more into it because it gives you a
That's your thing
consistent
there, isn't it?
finish. Oh,
That's
there
the
you go.
spray
That's
racks.
my spray rack. That I was literally just done for the pillars.
Okay.
And I actually counted out the arms, so, I know I can
you've
fit
made
2.
you've made the rack to put your pillars on to
Yeah.
spray them
Just for
no,
first
to dry.
to dry.
Surely, yeah.
to dry.
So obviously 2. I mean, they're 2.5 meters long, so I'll get 2 next to each other.
Yeah.
But obviously, when I need to separate them, I can separate them. But it's just there. I mean, that was worked up in a couple of hours in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I had a brainwave and I just worked it out, and I thought I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
And it worked out. It's pretty solid. And I've actually put the timbers in to see if it'll take the weight, and it does. They're actually just waiting there for the spray room now.
They're just arms of MDF.
Arms of them, the hydrofugo stuff,
Yeah.
which is it's very dense. It doesn't snap.
There's a
very
lot of
easily.
words coming from you at the moment. I need to get my own little dictionary to be looking at a little
But
translation.
the thing is, a lot of people don't not heard of it like yourself. But
Yeah.
when you look into it and research it, it might be the best thing for your job.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
makes it a lot quicker and a lot
Yeah.
easier. Like
Not for
me,
Alex's though.
the hydrofugo
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, it doesn't need no sanding, so that'll save me 2-3 days in work.
Yeah.
Straight off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
finish, just because Alex, I saw him looking down on his book there, was going to move on quite swiftly and leave
Go
me
on.
out. It's got to be Danish oil.
It is
It's-
brilliant.
It's
Yeah.
it.
We use
Like
that by the
I've
gallon,
used
don't
so
we?
much of
Yeah.
whether it's Osmos, Fiddies, like loads of different other brands, but it's always Danish oil, and it's always Ruston's Danish oil.
Yeah.
Simply because I've used so many different brands of Danish oil, and some of them are too runny, some of them are too thick, but the consistency of the Ruston's Danish oil is just brilliant. It's food safe, it's toy safe, it's just, and it's one of those, you get a really good finish really quickly, it dries in, and then you can come back and you can give it a sand.
It feels like everyone can use that as well.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it's
you,
so
if
easy
you
to use,
apply
yeah.
if you apply 2 or 3 coats and then give it a 4-0 wire wool real rub down, let it harden properly.
Yeah,
Then give it a rub down with that, and then either use a wax on it or give it a final really thin coat.
Yeah.
It's just gorgeous,
it
and
just
it's
leaves it
tough
really
and durable.
finished. Absolutely.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
with French polish is it's not durable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that is the problem with French polish. Well,
Yeah.
it's a
That's
lacquer,
the thing. It's
isn't it?
maintenance as well.
But
isn't
what you get with French polish, you get a gorgeous shine without it looking like a lacquer finish.
Yes.
Whereas it's a shine that's much shinier than Danish oil will ever give you, or wax.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, right then, you're right. I was looking at my book.
Moving on
Moving
swiftly.
on swiftly.
And then he got excited when I mentioned Danish oil.
Ooh, yeah, I was
He
back
thought I
in
was
the
gonna-
room.
He thought I was going to rub it on his back.
Favorite part of a job?
I think controversial when we get paid, isn't it?
To be fair, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a
I
nice
think
part.
like what you said before on our previous podcast, the wood selection.
Okay.
That's also
Yeah.
a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To start off with just blank piece of timber, and then showing the customer like this is a half a tree there. I'm gonna turn it into your bookcase. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's always nice to see the finish and what the from the before and after. So
And like you say, going out, or well, like I said, going out and picking it up, but just having that
Yeah.
day away from the workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
When you love
Selecting
timber, though, it is just great picking timbers.
Oh, absolutely, isn't it?
Yeah.
You kind of get a knack for the good ones as well. Don't you? It's like, no, I don't want that one. I want that one right at the bottom with a nice wide plank and it's got angry in it. You know what I mean? You kind of pick out the best one straight off.
We
And
used to have this timber guy that both me and Si would go to, and he was hell of a character. I have got that video. I'll find it. Remind me another day, and I'll show the video of him playing his like one-man band. He was hell of a character. But he had the most beautiful timbers, but he had a dog that was gnarly as hell.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was like some Mastiff crossed with a Great Dane sort of thing. And when you go to the timber yard, you couldn't loiter in your car. If you got there, the dog would be there waiting for you. You've got to get straight out. If you don't get straight out, it'll chew off your wing mirror and it would just keep going. But then he also had a farm cat, and the dog was terrified of the farm cat. And if the cat was sitting on the lane and the dog was walking down the lane, because this was on a big sprawling farm, the dog would turn around and walk the long way round to get back to the house.
I love that.
Yeah.
So the dog's the hero, thinks he's all the man
Oh,
until he
it's
sees the cat and he's
terrifying.
like, oh, God,
Yeah.
I'm gone.
But he
I
had
love
some timbers. His saw he bought from a naval yard in Southampton, and he had the original blade on it from when he bought it, but it came with 10 spare blades, and he'd already had this one blade on it for 10 years.
Wow.
But he used to start this diesel engine up, massive diesel engine with big piles. He'd spray stuff into it to get it started. It's like start coughing plumes of smoke everywhere. Had a big track. He'd pull some levers, and he could put a 5-foot oak tree on it, pull the lever, and it'd pull the rail down, and there was just mountains of sawdust from the rails literally up to them, just like 6 foot high either side.
Sounds like a really health and safety conscious guy.
Oh, he was just another level.
Yeah.
And it was the same place where he used to put the wood down his pants when he was there, and it would just slice through like a hot knife through butter. It's unbelievable. But I used to buy a lot of timber from him, but he's a hell of a character.
So going back to your question,
Yeah. Sorry, back to the question.
No, it's all right. He can have his moment.
Yeah. I just
What
got
was the,
lost in a bit of time then.
best time of the job. Was that it?
Best
Yeah.
time in the job. Me, you,
You?
me, has to be cutting joints by hand cut dovetails, just kind of stopping. Do you know what I mean? Just stopping.
Slowing down.
Yeah, because so much can be done on machines, and actually and life in itself is just a rush all the time. And I've always really stuck to my guns of doing my dovetails by hand, simply because it's the only time in my life where I genuinely have to go slow, and when I'm doing it, I'm really, really enjoying it. So I think when you think of all the other processes that you're doing, whether it's on the saw, or on the planer thicknesser, or whatever other processor you have, when I come to those dovetails, I'll just put on maybe some classical music in the background, or it could be rave, it could be anything, whatever I'm in the mood for, and then I just get out those hand tools that I've sharpened up, and you're just cutting away, and it's just, you're just in the moment. Do you know what I mean? You're not, you can only go as fast as you can. You can't put yourself under pressure, because as soon as you start putting yourself under pressure, you're going to start making a mistake, and you just enjoy it and immerse yourself in it. And I think that to me is the best part. Even the simplest thing of going,
Bit of meditation.
it is totally,
Yeah.
it's meditation. And again, like I have my students who come into the class and we do mortise and tenons, and I get them to do one whole leg of the chair by hand, and then they use the mortise machine. But what they learn by doing it by hand, yes, the mortise machine takes the bulk of it out, they still have to finish it off and clean it up with the chisels, which is what they learn by doing it by hand. And the amount of them that say to me, my God, I just didn't see the time going, or I didn't think of anything else because I was just immersed in that. And I think that is the beauty of it. And I think that's why woodworking in itself is just so it's great for the mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Crafts.
it appeals to a lot of people, and a lot of people can get carried away and into a little world.
I think a lot of people want to try it as well.
I think that's why it's a
are
good,
intimidated by it.
retirement thing as well, isn't it? Because when you retire, you got a lot more time. You got
dude,
time
anytime.
yeah, exactly. But in retirement, it seems to be more of woodworking. A lot of people pick it up quite nicely, especially wood turning stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that time alone. Nice and slow.
It is, isn't it? It's that.
I'm waiting for that time where I can just retire and just do a bit of whaling.
do some woodworking.
Do some woodworking.
I'll be messing about in here till the day.
I don't have to worry about jobs.
We'll be in here making your coffin. Where is he? Get a measuring tape out. Get a yardstick.
Going through my timber stash that I've hidden.
What's your favourite thing to do?
Probably the polishing.
I was just about to say,
when I've done all the repairs, because things come in here like an absolute wreck.
Yeah.
And when I've spent a couple of days making new feet, veneer patches, colouring, getting it just because you don't start French polishing until it's all completely finished, obviously. So when it's all repaired, sanded, smooth, coloured, everything, and then just that final finish is.
That's what the customer sees, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you know the reaction they'll get.
And I know how much it brings out the best in a piece of
Yes.
furniture. Because it can be, a chest of drawers, I can just French polish it for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And like you, I put the music on.
That's exactly
Cup
it.
of
It's
tea,
the same,
and I'm just
same principle, isn't
exactly,
it?
Same thing.
Yeah.
But
You lose yourself in it. And that's it, whether it's woodworking or it's art or it's pottery, just escaping from life and getting and doing it, isn't it? I could see him going into his little bubble.
I'm just thinking about my retirement.
Oh my God.
I will literally be here till the day
No,
I
I'll probably be the same. I mean, this is probably the most amount of time I've just sat in one place.
Yeah.
Without actually doing something, but yeah, it's nice.
Have you made a mistake that's a bit of a financial nightmare? I mean, it doesn't have to be massive, but
Ooh. I have got. I think the biggest one for me is time, financial time, as in like it's gone over.
Yeah.
And it sometimes becomes not worth it for the time you spend
Oh
on it.
yeah, professional pride makes you finish it to a level.
So you think it's going to take you, say, 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And then 3 months down the line, and you still...
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
I never make any money. That's what happens to me all the time.
But when you're trying to run a business...
Not on all the jobs, though, just to make everybody aware.
When you try to run a business, you're trying to control the time and make sure you've given enough time for it and you've costed it wisely. But obviously, there is times when you've messed up or the delivery hasn't come and you spent too long doing it or you've messed up on the CNC or the design.
Yeah.
It is. It's that cringe moment, isn't it? Yeah. It's like I was doing a gun box a few months ago, and it was one of the drawers, and I was doing a housing joint by just setting. I was doing the shoulders of the housing joint by using the depth of my table saw. So I'd gone and set my table saw to the. Now this is, bearing in mind, this was a side of a drawer.
I can pretty much guess what you did there.
It was the side of the drawer, which was completely dovetailed. The whole drawer was fitting. I was now starting to put in all the sections, and I was on one of the last cuts. So I'd gone in. I know, sorry, because it was joining the two sides. So on one side, I got in, I trimmed it, got the housing right, I slotted the piece of wood in, absolutely perfect. Then I had to do the matching housing on the other side. But in the meantime, the piece that was slotting in had to be cut shorter to fit in. So I brought the blade up, took it to the table saw, cut it down. Then I went in and it slotted in. Then I knew I needed to do the housing joint on the other side. So I brought it into the saw to do the shoulder before I chiseled it out. But I actually forgot to tuck the blade down. So I just went straight through and I went halfway through the wood and I was like, and literally the screams that came out of me was just, and then that piece of wood ended up in 2 halves across the workshop. And it was just because it wasn't about, it was the fact that it set me back in time. Yeah. So time is it costs, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it sets me back, and I end up having to make the whole new side all over again, dovetails to fit in existing dovetails, because obviously when you're doing your dovetails, you're tracing on to get your you got
Yeah.
your tails and you got your pins and you're tracing on. So I now had to go the opposite way to
Yeah,
get them
backwards.
to, backwards, kind of to match them up. So that was a pain, and then I had to do the housing. I did it all the same day, but it literally took nearly a half a day because you had to machine up the wood. It was
And
just
I
a
always get
nightmare.
most mad with my own mistakes. I'm not really bothered if someone working
No,
with
God,
me
no.
makes the mistakes,
Yeah, yeah.
but my own mistakes just drive me mad.
But to be fair, I genuinely do learn from every mistake because I kind of think, oh no, I'm going to make sure I do that. I am constantly in the workshop talking to myself. Oh, do this and make sure you don't do that because remember you did that and remember you did this and remember you did that. So I made out that I do loads of mistakes, don't I?
Yeah,
There.
you do.
It's weird though, isn't it? Because so many people say that you can tell a really good craftsman how they can fix their mistakes. Now I must be an excellent craftsman because I can fix my mistakes, or I'm a really shit craftsman because I make so many mistakes. It's a bit of a chicken and egg scenario, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of those.
What you, Alex?
I feel like there's a big bummer here for you, is there?
Oh no! I mean, it was a mistake. I mean, it wasn't really about. Well, I guess it was about. It was about furniture making and not actual my woodworking, because I used to do a lot of sort of industrial dining tables, and through a local interior designer, they'd ended up in some quite fancy restaurants, and I'd massive slabs of oak, 10 foot long, and I'd join two pieces together so they'd be like 3.5 foot wide and a couple of inches thick. And I'd always go out and try and source industrial bases for them, cast iron bases off old machines and whatever. And I'd scour the internet for them, and I'd go looking at wherever I could find them. And I always used to do really well out of them.
Yeah.
So then I went on eBay once and found a, do they call them an engineer's table? Where it's like a precision flat cast iron top
Yeah.
for them to do all their welding and stuff, so they know it's absolutely spot on. So I saw one online because I was searching industrial tables, and in the background I could see this machine with absolutely perfect legs on. It's like, oh my God, that would be a table which would be a very
Amazing,
tidy profit for me. So then I bought the table online to get a foot in the door to try and buy the rest of these legs that I could see, and I could only see about 3-4 foot of them.
Yeah.
So then I get to this engineering works in Burscough in Liverpool, and it was amazing. The machines they had the biggest lathe in Europe in there.
Wow.
It was for turning the prop shafts for big ocean liner ships.
Wow.
So serious kit. So I walked in there, he's like, here's your table. I'm like, right, brilliant. Yeah, great. And I was like, to be honest, I was after those legs over there, but I've just seen them and they were on a press machine that must have had like 100 tons of pressure on it. It was like 30 foot tall. I was like, but to be honest, now I've seen it, I'm sure I'm not going to be buying that. It's just like, well, what do you want? I said, I want the legs. He's like, well, bid me on it. I was like, no, you don't understand. We're in a totally different, but that to me looks like a 50 grand machine. I'm building a dining table and sticking an oak top on it. I was thinking this is going to be like a couple of £100. He's like, bid me on them. I was like, 300 quid. It's like, they're yours. I said, I'm scrapping that machine. I'll take them apart. It's like, oh, brilliant, happy days. He said, come back in a couple of weeks because it's going to take us a bit of time to strip it.
Yeah.
I did that, and I managed to like make a lovely table and flog it and did really well with it. But this engineer's table is like, but you have bought this. So they loaded it on my van with a forklift truck, and the van just went.
Right in his ass.
Oh my God. The weight
Drove
of
home with some rather light steering. Got back here, and we're all just like, we can't get it off the van. Cost me a few £100. I'm like, what are we going to do with it? All I could do was drive to the local scrapyard
And just wait.
and have them take it off with their forklift and weigh it in for what it was.
How much was it worth?
I think they gave me about 70 quid for it.
And you paid out 300 quid.
Yeah.
Oh, you gobshite.
I mean, it still worked out in the long run all right, but you know,
We did this stuff.
it was
Oh, I love
it was
that.
worth the mission.
I love that.
Yeah. Is there one technical mistake, and this is your last question, that sticks out?
Technical mistake.
Yeah.
Technical.
Something where you've looked and thought, how did I mess that up?
Ooh, I've got a good one. So I made a like set of French doors kind of thing for a house. Oh yeah, and but they were fully glazed with like bars in the middle. But the glass was toughened, sized up, everything. And got the glass done. It's nearly £3,000 worth of glass. And I actually measured. I didn't measure the rebate. I measured the actual opening. So every piece of glass fell. The first one fell through. And I went, like, what the hell? And every single piece of glass was 15 mil too short on each side. And because I measured the opening rather than the actual with the rebate where the glass sits into. That was a technical error on my part. And it was literally drawn on SketchUp, and I was right proud of it. Chest out. I was like, yeah, I've got the glass for you and all that kind of stuff. And yeah.
What was your remedy? New glass or build new doors? Because it must be about the cost. Must have been about the same.
So you hit the nail on the head. So the owner took pity on me, and he allowed me to put beading on the inside to make it small to fit the other pieces of glass.
Oh, fair play.
So like, thank God. But it actually turned out really nice. It looks really nice now.
Yeah.
But it looks like another little step detail.
A design fault that looks
A
good,
design fault. It was a happy mistake, but
Yeah.
God, that I just this is done. I might just walk away, just not even charge him nothing. But yeah, that was a technical oops.
Yeah,
A big technical oops.
I'd be devastated
I
on
was
that
devastated.
one. Yeah.
Toughened as well. 10 mil toughened. It's awful.
Do you make mistakes, Kieran?
You don't
No,
make mistakes.
I
Yeah.
don't make mistakes. I do make mistakes.
Technical mistakes.
Yes, one of the big mistakes that I never ever forget, because it's close to a pub that I go to, was I do my furniture, but this guy, I'd done him like a lot of bits and pieces. I'd done him a side table in his hall and an extension onto his dining table, and he said that he wanted a set of gates, beautiful big, like the two gates. It was the opening was 14 foot or something, so there were probably even more. I think it was about 15 foot, so 7.5 foot gates, bell shaped, so all out of sapele. And I thought, yeah, okay, I'll do that. I can do that. I had my mate come over, and he built up because it was he just had an old farm gate type thing. And all he had in it was a timber upright just holding on the farm gate. So I had my mate come in, and he built him up 2 big pillars to hold on these. And I'd gone and ordered all my sapele, and I start making up these gates. And I'm like, these are really beautiful. And it was very early on, and I'm thinking, I'm enjoying this. I could probably go into gate making. Until I realised I made 2 left-hand gates. So I'd made literally.
So you'd panelled one
I
side.
panelled one side, and then but I made 2 exactly the same. And then but I constantly, because they were so big that I never really. It was only at the.
When you put them together.
It's only put them together. I actually had. So the outside was the inside. And the inside was the outside. And I was
That's a belter.
so I had to go and make a right-hand gate then. So that was and then after that I decided never to make gates. I made 1 gate after that, I think, for a friend of mine.
Who's now your wife?
Who's now my wife? No, I did make another gate for mate of mine, but other than that, no, never did it. But one of my, do you know what? When you asked that question, I was like, no, I can't think of anything.
It's always been
Can't
measurements.
think of anything.
I did see something come over your face, and I was thinking he's just remembered something.
That was it.
See,
That
I'm
was
sure
it.
I've got dozens of them.
And it was genuinely a beautiful, like they are still now. They're still a beautiful set of gates. But,
I've got a feeling you've got a doozy.
What did you do with the other gate? Did you use it on anything?
No,
or-
I ended up
You could use
stripping
a
it. I
frame,
took it
no?
all apart, and I used all the wood for different projects,
Right.
for wood turning, for different
Sapele.
different bits and
Yeah.
pieces. And actually, do you know what really, really put me off the gates? So this is an even bigger ball drop. So what I ended up doing was I made them, I set them all in, absolutely stunning, and then maybe 9 months, 10 months later, I see them all totally buckled. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Because when I'd done my tongue and groove, I just used maybe about a mil gap. I know, about 2 mil gap. But because it was kiln dried sapele, that they just soaked up the wood, and it literally just popped them all out. So I driving past, I was like, I knocked into the guy. I said, have you something happened to your gates? And he goes, no, they just went like that. And I was like, oh mate, I'm really sorry. And I actually made the whole set of gates all over
Did
again
ya?
for him. Took them back, made him a whole brand new set of gates. And he was like, you don't need to. I was like, mate, I do need to for 2 reasons.
yeah.
One, that's my work, and 2,
You couldn't just replace those panels? Or?
no, the way I'd made it, it was all mortise and tenon,
Right.
wedge mortise and tenon. The panels, you couldn't even all the panels were all pinned in and
Right.
screwed from the back. You just could have maybe done a bit of a bodge job on it.
But the
So
amount
I
of time
just-
you take to rip it all apart.
Oh
just
yeah,
to make it
totally.
again,
So
yeah.
again, I just said, "Don't worry, I'll take them all back," and I took them all back, and he was delighted. And they're still there, and they're still lasting. Because when he asked me to make it, I was like, "I don't really do outdoor stuff, and I don't do gates, but look, I'll do it because I've done other work for you." I said, "But these gates will last you. Like these will outlive you, mate. These will outlive you." And then 9 months later, like they're literally, he's probably there going, "Shit, I'm about to die soon." But yeah, that was So I don't make gates, as you can imagine. Go for it.
Go on, Alex.
Mine wasn't that bad actually compared to your gates. Well, I built a ward. Well, some friends of my mum's were living in France for a while, and they bought a chest of drawers back from France, which they loved, and they wanted a matching wardrobe, which I made. Polished it all to match and had it looking exactly like. I think I got a photo of it. But then that's the wardrobe. That's the chest they brought back. That's the wardrobe I made to match. But when it came to getting it in the house, it wouldn't go up the stairs. So from that point, I had to come back to the workshop and I had to cut it in half.
Cut the whole thing in half, even
Had
though
to
you
cut
made it.
from above the chest. Yeah, because it was obviously solid wood sides.
Yeah.
Like single planks. So I had to cut
Could
it.
you not split it from the edges?
I just had to cut it from above the drawers all the way round.
Oh well, that's a good place to cut it though, isn't it?
Yeah, then
Yeah,
stick a
yeah.
new bottom in it and get it. But I arrived at the house. I was trying to take the light fittings off. I was trying to looking at taking the stair banister out and all sorts of.
And you just kind of like you feel so like you're there, this professional. This is your career.
Yeah.
This is what you do. Your day-to-day thing. And then they're all looking at you going, "God,
Because it was a small wardrobe, I just assumed it'd fit up the stairs. But when I went into the house actually to see the space, we'll get one up there. There's a bit of a funny shape to the roof,
yes,
tight corner, and that was it.
You didn't think of like cutting down their staircase and go, well, you ordered this.
Well, it crossed my mind, but it's my mum's friend.
Curbside delivery, wasn't it?
Curbside delivery.
Yeah. So yeah, but
Well, that was a good one.
yeah.
Yeah, I do feel my gate. Even though I sat here beforehand going, no, as you're answering the question, no, I absolutely have
perfect,
never
yeah,
done
I've not
anything.
done
And then
it
it
like
just
that.
dawned on me. So yeah,
It done you that you just made 3 gates.
it's going back to the financial hiccup, isn't it? It's like it's how much time. Like those gates, like I may as well have bought everything for him. Like everything that I made for him, I lost by doing a left-hand gate and then replacing the gates that many months later. And again, it's the same for you. It's the time that it takes.
I get it with finishing as well. I can finish something and I can be working on it, and then if the colour's not quite right, it has to be redone. I delivered a table round your way in Cheshire not so long ago.
Okay.
And in my mind, it was the perfect colour. Got it into the room and it wasn't quite right. It's literally straight back on the van back here and had to be redone again.
Damn.
But colours are it has to be exact. If it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
exactly the same, then it doesn't work, and it wasn't exactly the same.
Wow.
But, there's some days you think, well, I could have just stayed in bed today. But, no. Well, that's us for today again.
Can we get more questions? Can we get, not for us, but can we get answers from other
we
people?
could do is
I would love other
seeing what
people's
other people
questions.
say,
Yeah, I'd love other people's questions and even hear some responses from other people.
Yeah, I'd like to hear their stories of their
Yeah.
mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Make us feel a bit more
Sound
human.
good?
Good
Yeah,
call.
Makes us
Yeah.
feel a bit better. doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Till next time.
Till
next
next
time.
time.
Cheers, boys.
Ciao, ciao.
This is the jingle. We should sing it.
It looks like an American family portrait.
Yeah.
Boy band.
Three Planks Podcast.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kieran.
I'm Saf.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kieran.
I'm Saf.
And you can join us on the 3 Planks podcast.
3 Planks Podcast.
Pigtown TV.